With 5 losses on the trot in Uttar Pradesh, Mayawati, leader of the Bahujan Samaj Party, is seeming to be a spent force. In the 2022 UP Assembly polls, Muslims, OBCs, and even non-dominant Dalit castes had deserted her. That caused the BSP's vote percentage to plummet to below the crucial 15% mark. The fear now is that Mayawati may not be able to regain the critical support base that had propelled her to the CM's post 4 times since 1995.
Dalit politics was being represented by BSP in Northern India, and now this BSP has been routed in UP because a big vote constituency of Mayawati, they have gone away to the Hindutva side or BJP side or Samajwadi Party side, and the portion which is with Mayawati, a good part of that has also gone away. So Mayawati is left with only a small constituency which is not in a position to get her seats. So there is no chance of Mayawati coming up again.
With the BSP on the decline, UP's Dalit population of 22% seems to be at a crossroads politically. Should Dalits go with other political parties, or is there a chance of an alternate Dalit leadership emerging? Say, someone like Bhim Army Chief Chandrasekhar Azad.
At present, there seems to be no possibility of such a leadership coming up because the northern side, it was dominated by BSP, Kashiram or Mayawati, and with the Mayawati's downfall, no other leader is coming up. One, Mr. Chandrasekhar is there, but he doesn't have that potential or that acumen to acquire that stature. He is also just entering into alliance with this party or that party, and there is going to be leadership vacuum in Dalit politics in northern India for a good time.
It was Mayawati's mentor Kashi Ram who had formed the Bahujan Samaj Party in the year 1984. The idea was to give Dalits a separate political identity. The party tasted a major success just 9 years later when it teamed up with Mulayam Singh Yadav's Samajwadi Party to win a majority in the UP Assembly polls. However, relations between the two parties soured within 2 years, resulting in the guest house incident when Mayawati was physically assaulted by SP MLAs. She later became CM for the first time with the BJP's support in 1995. The BJP helped her to become CM twice again, in 1997 and then again in 2002-2003. However, BSP's big moment in UP arrived when it struck a new political alliance with the upper caste Brahmins, who form over 12% of the state's population. Riding on this alliance, BSP got a majority on its own in 2007 and Mayawati became CM. It was the first time she was able to complete her term as Chief Minister. Since 2012, the BSP has been on the decline. With a penchant for constructing statues of herself alongside those of other Dalit greats and accepting huge cash donations, Mayawati was no longer the Dalit ki beti in popular public opinion. She also got enmeshed in several corruption cases over large infrastructure projects. From a high of 30.43 in 2007, the BSP's vote share in 2012 declined to 25.91%. The number of seats won by the party declined from 2006 to just 80. In 2017, the party's vote share declined to 22.23%, and that gave her just 19 seats. At this year's assembly polls, its vote share declined further by a whopping 10% to just 12.8%, and it could barely win 1 seat. In the 2 Lok Sabha elections of 2014 and 2019, the BSP won 0 and 10 seats with a vote share of 19.77% and 19.43% respectively. With the gradual decline in Mayawati's fortunes, parties like the BJP and the Samajwadi Party have tried to win the Dalits over to their side. According to a post-poll survey by the Center for the Study of Developing Societies and Lokniti, the BJP got 21% of Jatav Dalit votes, the community to which Mayawati belongs. While 41% of non-Jatav Dalits reposed faith in the party, the SP was not so successful in winning the Dalits to its side.
जमीन पर अनेकों अनेक योजनाएं जो चल रही हैं, चाहे वह रोजगार उन्मुख योजना हो, चाहे वह उनके परिवार को स्वावलंबी बनाने वाली बात हो। आज सारी की सारी योजना है, मेरे ख्याल मैक्सिमम गरीबों के लिए जो बन रही हैं, उसमें 90% दलित लोग ही हैं। लेकिन ये है कि हम गाते नहीं हैं, हम बार बार ये नहीं कहते कि हम दलितों को मकान दे रहे हैं, हम दलितों को फ्री अनाज दे रहे हैं, हम दलितों को गैस के सिलेंडर दे रहे हैं। हम कभी आइडेंटिफाई दलित क्या क्या, हम अपमान नहीं करते उनका। आज सरकार कर रही है, गा नहीं रही है, इसलिए परिवार और समाज दलितों को वोट भी मिल रहा है, ये पक्की बात है। दलितों का विश्वास भी बढ़ा है, लेकिन दलितों के जो नेता बने उन नेताओं ने धोखा भी दिया है, इस कारण से भारतीय जनता पार्टी में विश्वास बढ़ा है।
जो मायावती से सच में निराश थे, उन लोगों ने, सब लोगों ने समाजवादी पार्टी को वोट दिया, नहीं तो हमारा 1.5 गुना हमारा ऐतिहासिक वोट बढ़ा है। लेकिन एक बहुत बड़ा तबका मायावती जी से अभी उम्मीदों में था, अपेक्षाओं में था, जिसको मायावती जी ने ठगने का काम किया। उन्होंने अपने सारे के सारे वोट ट्रांसफर कर दिए बीजेपी को। जो लोग मायावती जी के कहने पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी में गए हैं, मुझे लगता है कि जल्दी उनको एहसास हो जाएगा और उनको लगेगा समाजवादी पार्टी से बेहतर कोई विकल्प नहीं है।
The question for most Dalit voters in North India is, should they go with the Hindutva bandwagon of the BJP, or do they repose trust in parties of the other backward castes like the SP in Uttar Pradesh and the RJD in Bihar? While it may seem that the OBC parties should be the natural allies of the Dalits, the ground reality is vastly different.
मायावती ने कैसे अपने नेटवर्क का इस्तेमाल कर आखिरी मौके पर उनको सोचने समझने का भी मौका नहीं दिया और वोट ट्रांसफर करा दिया। अब गलती तो हो गई, गलती का एहसास भी होना शुरू हो गया। आप देखेंगे 24 वाले चुनाव में या चाहे आने वाले चुनाव में देखेंगे कितनी भारी संख्या में समाजवादी पार्टी से लोग जुड़ते हैं। हमने अम्बेडकर वाहिनी बनाया है, जो सिर्फ उसी समाज के बीच में भारतीय जनता, मायावती जी के बहुत बड़े नेता रहे हैं, मिठाई लाल भारती जी हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष हैं, उनके नेतृत्व में एक काम चल रहा है। ऐसा नहीं कि हम खाली इस उम्मीद में बैठे हैं कि वहां से वो निराश हो जाएंगे तो हमारे पास आ जाएंगे। हम अपना काम कर रहे हैं, हम समाज के सभी वर्गों को जोड़ने की बात कर रहे हैं।
With the Samajwadi Party, Dalits had got a contradiction because the previous experience that was quite bitter. Even during this election, of course Dalits have voted for Samajwadi Party, but that was against BJP, not in favor of Samajwadi Party. The dominant OBC caste, they have acquired land, property, the other thing, whereas the Dalits continue to work as laborers. So as you know, there is always a contradiction between the landowner, between the zamindar and the labor. So that contradiction will continue unless these dominant subcastes they change their behavior.
So, with BJP winning a major chunk of Dalit votes, has the community gained a larger share of political power?
A good percentage of Dalits, they have voted for BJP, especially the smaller subcastes. They have voted for BJP, but BJP has not done anything specific to empower the Dalit. Of course, they have given some posts, some positions to the Dalit leaders who have gone to BJP. Dalits have not gained so far, or rather they are suffering because reservation is going down. And when all these public sector undertakings, government institutions are privatized, then there will be no reservation for them.
सही बात है, ये मानना पड़ेगा कि सरकारी नौकरियां नहीं है, सरकारी नौकरियां कम भी हो रही हैं, प्राइवेटाइजेशन बढ़ रहा है, अनेकों ने और आज भी दलित वो नहीं है जो बिना आरक्षण के भी हमारे दलित भाई आज की तारीख में विदेशों में वो देश के अंदर को अनेक जगहों पर अपना स्थान बनाया हुआ है। इसलिए ही तो डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर जी ने कहा था कि सरकार की योजनाएं ऐसी होनी चाहिए कि आर्थिक स्थिति मजबूत हो और स्वावलंबी बने। हमें एमएसएमई के माध्यम से, मुद्रा लोन के माध्यम से, और जब तो मोदी जी ने कहा था कि हम नौकरी मांगने वाले नहीं, नौकरी देने वाला बनाना चाहते हैं। दलितों का नेतृत्व हमारे में पर्याप्त है, 12 मंत्री हैं, मेघवाल जी भी हैं, मैं स्वयं राष्ट्रीय महामंत्री हूँ भारतीय जनता पार्टी का, सोम प्रकाश जी हैं, अनेक गवर्नर आज हमारे हैं। अभी हमने राज्यसभा में भी सिकंदर जी को भेजा है, मुरुगन जी साउथ से हैं। इतिहास देखेंगे तो दलितों के उत्थान के लिए जो आज ऐतिहासिक इस 8 वर्षों में हुआ है, पूर्व में कभी भी नहीं हुआ और हमें विकास चाहिए।
From 206 seats in 2007 to just 1 seat in 2022, it's been a slow but catastrophic decline for the BSP in Uttar Pradesh. However, in politics, there's always room for bouncing back, and the biggest example is none other than the BJP. From a nadir of 2 seats in 1984, the BJP was able to script a huge turnaround 5 years later by winning 86 seats. Just 2 elections later, it became the single largest party in the country and even got a shot at government formation. So, all eyes are now on Mayawati. Can she script a magical turnaround, or will Dalit voters have to look for another alternative? A Times online report.